Hey, it's Buddy Lee. Welcome to my channel. So I formed a Mutant T5cc recently, and I was looking at several great options to take up to rank 3. I could have gone with Professor X, maybe Apocalypse, maybe Gambit, or the Strife that I just pulled the other day. In what I think may seem like a surprising decision, I ended up going with Gambit, and so far I'm really happy that I made this choice. There are a couple different reasons that I went with Gambit instead of Professor X or Apocalypse. One of which is that I run Double Edge and Liquid Courage, which Gambit's great with since he has high bleed resistance, allowing him to regen over 10% health to start every fight from the masteries. Professor X is still a decent champion with these masteries, but he can't pull off his special spam to quickly build to high damage, and Apocalypse is a little better, but I usually just use him for his Horseman ability rather than a lane clearer. Therefore, I can get what I need from them at rank 2. And he's actually extremely underrated with just his base abilities, which enhance further with Horseman that many people maybe aren't aware of. This might be a controversial statement, but I think he's in the running for the strongest Horseman champ that we currently have. Let's quickly look at some of his abilities to highlight a few important aspects of his kit before we jump into the gameplay. First, when he stuns the opponent, he reduces regeneration and power rate by 40%. You will see in the gameplay that this plays very well with the Horseman Perfect Block extended stuns, and really helps keep the defender's power down. Also, his stun debuffs are paused during special attacks. This will let you attack in right after the special to do a combo, and also do some insane things when using Mutant Power Boost. Next, his mediums, heavy, and special 1 and 2 ignore passive degeneration and direct damage by 100%. So he acts as a Korg, Killmonger, Electro, Thorns, and Spiked Armor counter, or anything that does damage to you by hitting the opponent. And then finally, his specials. His special 1 has a stun, and then his special 2 has a concussion that reduces ability accuracy by 85% for 13 seconds, and this is offensive and defensive ability accuracy. And the special 3 inflicts 2 stun debuffs that last for 5 seconds, which can be used in a cool way that I'll show you. Now you probably noticed that it says there's an 85% chance to activate the goodies from his specials, but there's a note saying that as long as the defender doesn't have an armor up buff, that those odds are increased by 20%, which is important for dependability. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we'll start off slow with a couple Realm of Legend fights to show the rotation and how I think you should play normally. And then we'll jump into some endgame content where I'll finish with some nutty gameplay of what happens when you drop a Mutant Power Boost on this guy. I start the fight by first building my kinetic charges by holding block. Once I have 10, then I have 100% perfect block chance, and I'll have really long stun duration on my parries. This allows me to chain a 4-hit combo into a 5-hit combo, making essentially a 9-hit combo. And we both reach a bar of power at the same time due to the 40% power reduction while he was stunned. What I like to do is build up close to full power before doing a parry and charging my heavy to activate prowess and throwing the special 2. This will allow me to get back to my special 2 before the prowess expires. We get a huge 212k crit, and I rush in for a medium light medium followed by a 5-hit combo after. Now one more combo and we can throw another special 2. It only crits on the first hit, but it still did 166k damage. We're going to do the same thing here against Wolverine, but this time the concussion from the special 2 will do a little work by not allowing Wolverine to activate any regens after the SP2. It's really satisfying when you get the big crit on the SP2, but even if they don't crit, it still does quite a bit of damage and you can quickly cycle 2 of them. Really quickly, I'll show what you can do with the special 3. Since it gives 2 stuns and those stuns reduce power rate gain by 40%, if you parry and throw the SP3, the defender will gain 0 power from it, and when you attack in afterwards for the long stun, the power rate's reduced by 80%. Alright, here's a little endgame play, and I choose this fight because it has Mix Master, and what I'll do is utilize the long stun to throw normal combos until I get ready for my special 2 move, effectively ignoring the node. You can really notice the power reduction here since I'll be throwing all of my hits while Stealthy is stunned. I get to a bar and a half of power by the time he gets to 1. Now it's time for the SP2, and it doesn't quite KO him, but a quick combo into the SP1 does the trick. Alright, now it's time for the fun stuff, and we're going to use a mutant power boost for these next fights. This is Act 7.2.1 on the counter tactics path. I thought this would display a little of the insane perfect block ability, since each hit on the combo meter will be increasing the defender's attack by 20%. So every 10 hits, their attack will be up by 200%, and Gambit has no worries about block damage. Alright, let's rip this special 2 and see what happens. It delivers a huge critical hit and puts us all the way back up to special 3. I think it's safe to say it was a bit overkill. So now we're looking at an Ebony Maw fight, which Gambit really has no business taking, especially when the attack rating is going to be increased, so the D-Gen should just melt Gambit down really fast. What I decide to do is just slow play a little bit until I'm ready to melt him down all at once. I'm not going to bother knocking him down, and I'll just wait out the falters. It's not a big deal because I can just block all day until it's over. What I'm about to do when I'm ready to throw my special 2 is the really awesome part about using the mutant power boost with Gambit. Since the stun is paused during Gambit special attacks, I will be able to throw multiple special attacks in a row all during one stun duration. I go with Special 2 into Special 2 into Special 3, and the Ebony Maw is no more. Like I said, Gambit really had no business taking that Maw fight, but he dealt with it easily. The last fight for this video will be against Killmonger, and he can show his ability to ignore damage back. So remember, Gambit will ignore the damage reflection by using mediums, heavy attack, and specials. So I'll parry and do 4 mediums each time he's stunned. Ideally, I'll push him to Special 2 since he has unblockable specials and I don't want to get clipped by his Special 1. I didn't really play this right as I threw my special a little earlier than I should have, plus I didn't parry before. Also, I didn't get a crit, so it didn't push me back up to another Special 2. No crits on the second SP2 either, so I'll have to recharge the kinetic charges and try once more. We made a few mistakes, but he goes down. He was a little stubborn compared to the rest, but Killmonger does have critical resistance. Overall, I couldn't be happier with my choice to take Gambit to rank 3. He's such a powerful horseman and really champion in general. Hopefully the video illustrated some of why I think Gambit might be the strongest horseman, and at the very least, a fantastic option for a rank up, especially if you have Apocalypse. Well, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.